paragraph number 3, and we have a question while reading what are shooting stars, and I hope you are able to give the answer of this question. What are shooting stars? Shooting star is not basically a star as we see it, as we call it, but they are the points of light that suddenly appear in the sky, and they are these shooting stars are basically meteors, and they look like stars because of their shine in large number, but basically they are meteors. So there are half a dozen meteor showers each year. Each is named after the constellation from which it appears to come. The biggest of all, the Perseids, named for the constellation of Perseus, occurs on the 10th, 11th, and 12th of August. The next largest, the Leonids, named for the constellation of Leo, comes on the nights of November 14, 15, and 16. Another, the Andromedids, which is not quite so big, comes from November 17 to 23. There are other meteor showers in December, January, April, May, and July, but none of them is as big as those in August and November. So paragraph number 3, and we have already given the answer of a question, what are shooting stars. So this paragraph, by reading, you must have known that this paragraph is about occurrence of meteor showers, and meteor showers happen half a dozen each year. So they are about half a dozen, significant one over here. So there are half a dozen meteor showers each year. So it means that meteor shower happen in a dozen number each year. Each is named after the constellation. Constellation means like they are making line and in a large and great number. Okay, constellation from which it appears to come. The biggest of all, the Perseids, named for the constellation of Perseus. So each meteor shower named after the constellation from which the meteors seem to originate. Constellation over here mean moving quickly in a long and thin line. And there are, we have studied over here, there are number of meteors over here that the writer has used over here. Number one, the writer has told us about the Perseus, Leonids, and Perseids, and Andromedids. So these are basically the meteors, and there are number of meteors, and the most prominent one the author has described over here. So Perseids occurs in August 10th, 11th, and 12th, and it is the largest one, and or largest meteor shower. Okay, so this is the biggest one, largest one. What? Yes, this is the largest one and the biggest one. And then another one, Andromedids, it occurs in November 17, 23rd, but it is not as large. So it means that the one that we have discussed over here, Perseids, that occurs in August 10th, 11th, and 12th, that is the largest one and the prominent one. Another, Andromedids, that is also the largest one, but it is not as much as we have discussed about the Perseids. So this is not as big as another, and when it occurs in November 17 till 23rd, but it is not as large one. Okay, then the biggest of all, Perseids, named for the constellation of Perseus, occurs on the 10th, 11th, 12th of August. The next largest is Leonids, named for the constellation of Leo, comes on the nights of November 14, 15, and 16. So this meteor shower happens in November 14, 15, and 16. These are the dates given to you so that you may remember when all these meteor showers occur. And then another, the Andromedids, which is not quite so big, comes from November 17 to 23rd. So an Andromedids is not as big as the other meteor showers, also occur in December, January, April, and May, but none of them is as big as those in August and November. So it means that Andromedids is not as big as the others. Other meteor showers also occur in December, January, April, May, and July, but they are not as large or prominent as the one in August and November. I hope that you have understood till now. So this paragraph is about meteor showers, as it is about the occurrence of meteor shower. So this is about the meteor shower, annual events where multiple meteors are visible. The Perseid meteor shower is the most prominent and the grand, followed by another or others like Leonids and Andromedas. They are not grand or prominent one as the Perseids and Leonids. I hope that you have understood paragraph number 3.